YouTube family, what is up? Welcome to another episode. So in today's video, I want to talk about is you don't buy real estate to get rich. You get rich, then you buy real estate. Now I post this on Instagrams, TikTok, and Facebook, and I have a lot of you disagree with me and say, Khang, that's like wrong. It doesn't even make sense, this and that. Well, let me explain to you why it does make sense and that a lot of you are getting this twisted and getting it all wrong. That's why you're still stuck at the J-O, the B, is because you have the wrong information. So let me explain in this video. My goal for this video is to educate you, to give you a clear path so you know exactly what you need to do. Because a lot of you are not doing it the right way, okay? Because wealth, my friend, building wealth, it's a 10 to 20 year game plan. You cannot get rich by buying real estate and being stuck at a J-O to B and try to get rich by buying real estate first within like 2 or 3 years. So let me explain. But before we get into that, if you have any question throughout this live, drop in the comment and I'm more than happy to answer any question you got. But honestly, hopefully after this video, everything will be so picture clear to you that you know exactly what you need to do. Because a lot of you don't know what is the right move to make. Okay? So what is up? What is up? So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Thread, go ahead. It's at Real King Khang. So go there and hit me up on there, okay? And if you want to text me personally, 1-206-208-0676. That's the phone number. If you have any questions, you want to reach me personally, you can text there. Now, let's get into why it does make sense. So let's just, okay, here's what I want. Comment in the chat if you're stuck at the J-O to B and your goal is to escape it. So listen, if you're happy at your J-O-B, that's different. But I don't think any one of you are happy working for someone. You would probably rather work for yourself. And this is why buying real estate first will set you back 10 to 20 years. So let me explain. Because I got about like 30 minutes. So let's just say, now comment in the chat, let me know how much do you make per year? Because that sets everything apart. So the average income in America is about $56,000 a year. Okay? So the average income in America is about 56. I'm just going to stop this recording here because I need this calculator. I'm Asian, but I'm not good with math. Okay, so $50,000 a year. All right, that's the average income. So if you minus, let's just say 35% to Uncle Sam. Minus 35% for the taxes to Uncle Sam. So you really only got about $36,400. Okay? After paying Uncle Sam. And divided by 12. Okay, so that will put you at $3,000. $3,000 a month, roughly. So to live off of $3,000, you're probably going to be breaking even unless you're living extremely below your means. But let's just say that it takes you about 4 years. Let's say it takes you about 4 years. Now, listen, all these numbers, it's just a number that I'm using so you understand where I'm coming from. So let's just say that it takes you about 4 years and you got $50,000 saved up. And because you listen to all the people that said, hey, go buy passive income, right? Because once your passive income exceed, right, either your monthly expense or exceed your J-O to B income, then you can quit. Well, that, my friend, is going to take you 10 to 20 years. But you want to get out of that as soon as possible. But here's what you do, man. So you take the $50K that you've been working and grinding extremely hard and saved up. You take the $50K, you put a down payment on a piece of property, right? Because you're trying to build wealth. This is, right? You're trying to make that passive income. So you take your $50K, you park it into a piece of real estate, right? Because you have to put 20% down, whatever that is. And that, do you know how much this property will pay you per month? If you follow the 1% rule, The 1% rule is if you buy the property for $100,000, it needs to pay you at least $1,000 back in rent, which means after the mortgage, all the expense and everything is being paid, you should net $250 per month. So you're trading your $50K for $250 a month. That, my friend, do you think that's enough? So let's just say, so if you make, okay, hold on, it's 56,000. Hold on a second. So 56,000 divided by 12. So basically to make 50,000 a year, you're making about $4,600 a month at the JO to B. So the question is, how many rentals do you have to buy? Do you have to own? So that way it can take over your JO to B income. So if we go 466, like a lot of you don't understand this, divided by $250 per unit, which means you have to own at least 18 rentals. So you have to own at least 18 rentals. So how long do you think it's going to take you to save up this $50K? Now, real estates typically double every 10 years. So if you bought this property for $100K, you would have to wait for another 10 years for that property to turn to $200K. For you to have $100K in equity. If you take the equity out of the property, guess what happened, my friend? You increase your expense on that property. Now, that $100K is tax-free, right? But you just increase the expense because now you got another loan, a second loan on that property. So you see, this is what a lot of you just don't understand, right? So wealth is built over time, but you can get rich within 2, 3 to 5 years. Like you can replace your income of $4,600 just within 1 year of just wholesaling. Because that's like one house a month. And so you can do that. You can escape the JOB within like 1 year. But to follow this rule, to follow the whole passive income, this is the wrong game plan. Now, unless you're happy and satisfied with where you're at, you're happy with where you work, you're making a good amount of money, and you just now want to offset, right? You want to take that money, you want to park it in a piece of real estate because it's a good way to hedge against inflation, right? Property grew over time because you have nothing else to do with your money. It's just sitting there in the bank. That's when you buy real estate, my friend. It's when you have too much money and you don't want to pay taxes. So when you take your money and you buy real estate, it helps you with taxes. So rich people buy real estate not for the cash flow, because they already have a business. They already have business that are making millions of dollars a year. They don't care about the 250, like they don't care about the cash flow. Well, you know what they care about? It's the tax write-off. Because every single property that they buy, they get to write that property off over 27 and a half years. That, my friend, is why you want to get rich first before you buy real estate. So let me explain again, for those who don't understand. Man, because I post this on Instagram and on TikTok and on Thread, and some of you come in and stupidest comment, like buy real estate and wait. Don't wait to buy real estate. But that is for the rich, my friend. That's when you already got the money. For those of you who went that route and you're stuck at the JOB and you're like, hey, people said buy real estate and then wait. Yeah, you have to wait for 10 years. Are you okay with working at the JOB for the next 10 years? Are you? And here's something that I need you guys to understand. So even if you make $250 a month in passive income, you time that by 12, that will give you $3,000 in passive income a year. So comment in the chat and let me know that you guys understand this. If you have any questions, my goal is to clear this up for you so you understand what you need to do. So let's just say that property give you a passive income of $3,000. Do you know if the renter move out, this is what, in real estate, we call this a turnover. So if the renter move out, your $3,000 gone. But you talk about passive income. A lot of you don't own rental properties, so you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I've owned 14 rentals. Not a lot, but enough for me to have the experience to share this with you. Because a lot of you don't know what the heck you're talking about, dude. You're just talking from your bunholio, dude. A lot of you don't understand. So the turnover. So if the renter move out, you got to go in there, you got to paint, new carpet. Dude, your $3,000 that you thought that you made, gone. But let me tell you, in today's world, you're probably not going to even lose $2,000. You'll probably even have to come out of pocket more money because of the cost of labor and material. So do you guys understand where I'm coming from? Why the way that the people that you're listening to is telling you to do like the opposite of what you're supposed to do. Okay, so now let's talk about this. So let's just say that you got not even 50K. Let's just say that you got 10,000. Let's just say you have $10,000 saved up. Working at a JO to B. If you take this 10K, if you put into marketing, right? So if you focus on getting rich, you didn't take this money and go buy a piece of real estate, but you focus on building your business. This 10K can turn into 100K just within 1 year. If you know what you need to do, if you know what to do. Because all you need to do, my friend, is wholesale one house a month. So my average wholesale deal is 20K. But let's just say that, let's just go small. Let's just even go 10,000. If you just wholesale one house a month, makes you $10,000 a month. This is very, very possible. But for you to get to $10,000 a month in rental property, dude, you need to own at least, 20 plus rental. How can a regular person working at a JO to B own 20 rentals within a year? Like, does this make sense? Now, once you start to build up your wholesaling business, then this should be the game plan. Maybe wholesale 10 and then keep 1. Wholesale 10 houses, keep 1. Which means you're now getting rich, but you're also building wealth. Because when you're starting to make a lot of money in wholesaling, what you need, my friend, is you need tax write-off. And this is where a lot of you don't understand. You see, you got rich first, and then you buy real estate. Make sense? Because you're making way too much money. And if you don't go buy real estate, to use this as a tax write-off, it's called depreciation. Then you're going to pay a lot of money to Uncle Sam. So wholesale 10, keep 1 property. So you're building wealth over time, and you're getting rich at the same time. Make sense? But until you get to the point, until you get to this point where you're making 20, 30, 50K a month from your business, and it doesn't have to be wholesaling, it could be any business, you do not buy real estate. Does it make sense, everyone? So let's see. Davis, dude, thank you so much again for the donation. So let me see. Does everybody in the chat, like, does this make sense to you at all? So listen, every single time when you're trying to grow your business, and if you take, okay. So let's just say that you start out wholesaling, okay? And all of a sudden you just made, let's just say you just wholesale and you made 50K on your wholesale, right? So let's just say that you wholesale 5 property, you made 50K. Majority of you right now want to be like, well, Khang, I want to own some property. So I want to diversify. Stupid move. Stupid. You haven't made enough money to go buy rental property. So let's just say you're trying to grow your wholesaling business you wholesale 5 property, you stack away 50K, and then you listen to all these people. You take the 50K. Once again, you're doing the same thing. You take the 50K, you park it into a piece of real estate that pays you $250 a month, $250. And then now, guess what, my friend? You're choking your business. You're slowing down your wholesaling business growth. This is the reason why a lot of you only do a few deals a year instead of a few deals a month. Because you took the money. You're suffocating your business. As you're trying to build your business, it needs fuel, my friend, which means it needs money for it to keep on growing. So, because you got to pump that back into marketing. You got to pump that back into your team, right? For it to continue to grow. But instead, you took the 50K, the money that you made. You slow down your business because you have no extra money to grow it because you dump it into a piece of real estate. And that piece of rental pays you $250 a month. And what happened? What happened if you wake up the next day and some plumbing? A renter called you and said, hey, plumbing is bad, boom. Dude, just to fix the plumbing, it's going to cost you $5K. Where are you going to get that money? So a lot of you don't understand this. And a lot of you and a lot of you ask me, so Khang, why do you have so much money sitting in the bank? The money goes down because the government is printing it all the time. Because you guys don't understand the word reserve. Business is not going to always be good. Life, dude, things happen. You need reserve and you need emergency fund, especially when you have a lot of rentals. Let's just say that you have 50 rentals. And you're just like everybody else. You know what? Don't save the money. Don't save cash. Cash is trash. Let me tell you, man. Cash will always be king. In a down market, cash is king. Banks stop loaning. Hard for you to get loan. If you want to buy cheap property, if you can act fast, if you can close quick, you got cash, bro, you'll be able to outbeat all your competition. Cash is king. So let's just say that you got 50 rentals. And all of a sudden you wake up the market, whatever happens to the market, let's just say 1/3 of that goes vacant. Where are you going to get your money to pay for all the mortgage? Where? If you don't have reserve, if you don't have emergency fund, what about the turnover? What about 1/3 of your property, all the rent to move out? You got to go in there, you got to paint, you got to do new carpet. Where are you going to get that money? Like a lot of you are not getting your priorities straight, and your mindset about the whole real estate game is all wrong. That's why the more rental you have, the more reserve you need. So typically how Lon and I operate is that we want each rental, we got to put away 6 to 12 months in reserve. So if that property is going to cost us $1,000 per mortgage, we need at least $6,000 for each one of the property. But Lon is way more conservative when it comes to taking risk. She's way more conservative. So for her to feel good, she needs to stack away at least $12,000. She wants the whole entire year to be taken care of. Make sense? Are you guys are you clear now? So what I'm saying is that you cannot buy rental property. You cannot start out by buying rental if you don't have a business that's pumping you out major amount of cash. And if you're going to start buying rental, this is going to take you 10 to 20 years to get to the point where you can even make $10,000 in passive income per month. 10 to 20 years to get to the point where you can make $10,000 a month in passive income. A lot of you are not even patient enough to wait for 3 years, let alone 10 to 20 years. But you can make $10K a month, my friend, within your first year of wholesaling. One house. All you need to do is wholesale one house a month. Dude, so I got rich first before I bought my first rentals. I think I was making around 30 to 50,000 because it's been 12 years. So I don't know the exact where I'm at, but I think I was making between 30 to 50,000 a month in wholesaling before I bought my first rental property. So make sense? So let me take let's take a couple questions here. Because a lot of you, for a lot of you, like I honestly truly believe that a lot of you need to understand this. Like you really, really do. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get out of the rat race. To get out of the rat race, to get out of your 9 to 5, the first move is build your own business. So a lot of you probably already know Uncle G, right? All of you know Grant Cardone. I think he owns over, I don't know, man, 12,000 units or whatnot. But how did he start? Dude, he got rich. He got rich first. Then he went and bought real estate and then became wealthy. And let me talk about Cardone Capital a little bit for those of you who don't understand what that is. Cardone Capital is for the people who don't want to do the work, right? Maybe you're happy at your J.O. to B. You don't want to do the work. You don't want to go out there and find the deals. You don't want to analyze the deal. You don't want to do all of that. You got some money sitting in the bank, and you just want to give it to Uncle G. And Uncle G will invest it for you, so you get a very, very small percentage. But let's just say if you have 100,000 sitting in the bank, and if you were to put in the work and actually learn how to find the deal, analyze the deal, buy the deal, finance the deal, you will make way more. You will make 100 more times. That's why real investors, they do their own deals. They would not give their money to someone else's fund. So when I heard about it, I was like, yeah, it's not for me. Right? So taking your money is just lazy. Basically, you're just lazy. You're like, hey, I'm happy with where I'm at. I got 100K. I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to learn about real estate. I don't want to find the deals. I don't want to talk to a seller. Like, I don't want to do any of that. So that's why you put in Cardone Capital. It's the only reason why. Because for the true real estate investors, they find their own deals. They fund it. They can go to the bank. They do the cash out refi. They pull the money out. They own the asset. Not someone else own it, and you're just on a piece of paper. You own their asset. You control it. You do whatever you want with it. You get your money back. You do it again. So basically what I'm saying is, okay, so this is a whole nother topic. So let's just go ahead and do a Q&A. We got about 7 more minutes. So for those of you, listen, for those of you, if you need help, build, grow, scale, and automate your wholesaling business, so I run a 6-figure a month wholesaling operations, and we do it completely virtual, any city, any states, right? And I've been doing this for the so I've been in the real estate game for 12 years, been wholesaling for the past 5, almost 6 years, and do it completely virtual. So if you need help, whether to do your first deal or you're looking to grow and scale and automate your wholesaling operations, because I only spend about 1 hour on my wholesaling business. I have a team of 7 VAs that run my whole entire wholesaling operation, from putting the property in contract, selling the deal. All right. So we got the lead manager, the purchase manager, the transactional coordinator, and everything just systematized and with process. So if you need help, you want to work with me, my team, you can book a call with one of my team. Go coachwithkhang.com, book a call with my team, and I'll love to see how we can help you out. So let's take some questions. No questions. No questions. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to post a link in a chat. Make sure you turn on your webcam or your camera. Webcam sounds kind of weird, but I'm going to post a link in the chat. And this, I want to invite you on a live. If you have a questions, I think it's better. There it is. So you want to hop on the live with me. If you have a question, this is your opportunity. Did you know that I charge people like $2,000 for 1 hour of consultation? So this is your free consultation. Take advantage of it. Maria said, thank you, all you do, Khang. We appreciate you. What your thoughts and on wholesaling? What's your thought on wholesaling Northern California? So Maria, so it doesn't matter what state you're in. Here is the criteria when I decided to go into any states that I want to wholesale in, Maria. All you need to do is you need to pick a population of between 100 to 500,000 people, okay? Because you don't want to take over the whole entire states, because you probably don't have the marketing budget for it when you're starting out. So you want to narrow in, you want to zone in to your target market, right? So basically, you're going to dominate that. So you need something that's narrow you can go into. So you need a population between 100,000 to 500,000 people. And then price. Price, you also need to focus on between 100 to 500,000. So anything that falls within this, Maria, that's going to be the market that you want to go in. Because in every state, there's a high, medium, and low. You don't want to go into like a super, super cheap area where I know in some states where you can buy a duplex for like 40 to 50K. Typically in those areas, your average fee, your average assignment fee is about 5,000. But why would you, it takes the same amount of work to make 5,000 and to make 25K. Same amount of work. So you would have to do 4 or 5 of this just to do one deal. So why not focus on doing 1 wholesale deal versus 5 wholesale deal in a cheap market? Make sense? So that's why I typically target anything between 100 to 500K, and that's how I get my 20K to 25K per assignment deal. Because listen, it's not always more is better. Sometimes less is better. Imagine if you have to do 5 deals. It takes way more work to do 5 wholesale deals. There's a lot of paperwork going on, a lot of seller, a lot of buyer you have to talk to, versus if you just do 1 deal. Make sense? So more work with less assignment fee, you will make more with less work. Because this, you only deal with 1 seller. This, you deal with 5 sellers, 5 buyers. Okay, John, I'm going to add you, bro. What's your question, dude? Okay. What's your questions? Okay, he just got off. Do I need a real estate license to wholesale, Bennett? No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need a real estate license. You don't need a college degree. You don't need a GED. You don't need experience, and you don't need a boatload of cash. This is why, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but I'm a high school dropout, so I'm very bad at reading. I can't even pronounce your name, so I really apologize. But this comes to show you that if I'm a high school dropout, I came to America at the age of 9. I used to catch frogs for dinner. I was born and raised in a mud hut. So if I can do this, what is your excuse? So I went from being born in a mud hut to catching frogs for dinner and became a millionaire. Why can you? What's your excuse? So let me explain. And this is why I love wholesaling. You don't need a whole lot of capital. If you go into the whole fix and flip game, oh my God, oh Lord. Let me erase this. Hold on, the wife just texted me, so I need to get back to her before she gets mad. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, when I first started on my real estate career, I went into the whole fix and flip game. And I can tell you right now, I did it for 4.5 years. It's a nightmare. You have to deal with contractors, city, permit. When you have no experience, it's extremely hard, right? Because you got to learn all the vocab, all the materials, the constructions, all of that. And then you got to go raise private and harmony, way more risk, right? And it takes you 4 to 6 months for you to make that money. Why don't you just keep it simple? If you can make the same amount of money wholesaling with really no risk, you can get in and out on a deal, get paid within 7 to 15 days. My quickest closing was 5 days, quickest. And I think on that deal, we make about $55,000. Got the property in contract, found the buyer like instantly the same day, closed it in 7 days, made like 55 G's. So why don't you want to take the 55 for sure, instead of spending the next 3 months fixing the property up and possibly make 80K? And you're dealing with way more headaches. So if you were to take 3 months to flip the property to make 80K and not take the 50K now if you wholesale it, within you taking 3 months to fix this property up, what if I could have just done another deal? Same amount. I would have made $100K with no risk, no stress, no dealing with city, contractor, permit, and all of that. HGTV made it look sexy. But I can tell you, until you're in the game, there's nothing sexy about waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, dealing with babysitting contractor. It's the worst. Dealing with the city, the permit, and all of that. I'd rather just take the money and run stress-free, move on to the next deal. And then once you make a lot of money, then just keep it simple, my friend. And that's what my wife and I do. We go by long-term and short-term rentals. So right now we have 14 long-term rentals, and we got 2. I think we're about to finish our 3rd one, Airbnb. So for me, I'm not your guy that likes to build big business. So I don't have 50 to 100 employees. You know, this coming year I'll be 40. So I know, like I got my priorities straight. Like I know what kind of life I want. I don't want to deal with stress. I don't need the 50 to 100 to 200 employee or 1,000 employee. I am cool with making a couple $1 million a year, just having 7 to 10 employees and work completely virtual. Lon and I, we can travel anywhere. We can stay as long as we want, because it doesn't matter if we're here or we're in another states or we're in the Caribbean. As long as I got my phone, my laptop, and internet, baby, I can get that money. That's why Lon and I, we went back to Vietnam for a month. Business is still running. Money, deal are still being closed. Money is still being made. Because my VA are from the Philippines. So it doesn't matter where I'm at. I just don't want to trap myself in a cubicle. To me, when I first got into the entrepreneurship game, seeing the people that have office space and how fancy, sometimes fancy is not always the right, fancy is not always the good choice. Because my whole thing is, how can you, it all comes down to, is profitable. Is your business profitable? It's fancy, but is it profitable? Why work so hard dealing with all the stress, all the headaches, and you can make the same amount with no stress, no headaches, no humongous overhead. So any other questions? What age is appropriate to start wholesaling? So typically you need to be 18 or older to start wholesale. But let's just say if you're under the age of 18, you just need to partner up with someone that's 18 or older. So it could be your mom, aunt, uncle, because someone needs to be 18 or older to sign the contract. So you can tell them, I'll do all the work. You just need to sign the contract, and then you just pay them a fee when you close. Give them like $1,000 or $500. I'm 19 and I want to get into the wholesaling game. Hoffman, that's good. What other questions? I'm just going to click on it. Thinking about buying your home study course. Not sure because you recommend the one training, but I have limited funds. Got you, Brown. So, Brown, if you want to grab the course instead, just go to WTMFam.com. There you go. So if you rather just get the course, but, not wanting to join the academy, which is fine, just go to right here. There you go, WTMFam.com. Okay, a few more questions. Who inspired you to start wholesaling? So Wesley, it's a good question. So I haven't really talked about this story. So, at the age of 27, I thought that my life was done, which is like Lon and I was ready to go. We're set. We're all good, right? But then Lon is the one that wants more in life. She's the one that has the big goals, the big dreams, the big aspirations of wanting to become like a millionaire, multi-millionaire. She doesn't want to save our way there and wait until we're 65. Like, to us, it doesn't even make sense. Why even bother becoming a millionaire in your 70s? Like, what are you going to really do? You're too old to do shit. You probably don't want to travel. You just want to freaking stay at home. I mean, Lon, right? Lon is like, Lon is, so Lon and I are the same age, but she likes to be 19 or forever young. Like, she already want to be in bed at 8 p.m. Imagine if you're 70. You probably want to go to bed at 5. So that's why she's like, Khang, we gotta become a millionaire while we're young. So that's how we got to real estate, because we figure real estates create the most millionaire. 90% of millionaires that are being created are through real estate. So we pay $7,000 to go to a real estate mastermind, or I'm sorry, a real estate seminar. It was a 3-day seminar. That's it. Cost $7,000. Pull the trigger. The reason why we pulled the trigger, because we were sick and tired of our current income, right? We're sick and tired of just making this much. We wanted to make more. So we pulled the trigger, make the investment, and that's why here we are. But the story of how we got into it, dude, it was so funny, but I don't know if I want to take up the time to talk about it. Rock said, what would you do if you were coming in to 400 and want to buy real estate? I don't know. 400. I don't even know what that means, dude. J-Rock, I don't know what that is. What would you do if you were coming into 400? I don't know. Jose, I'm sorry, I mispronounced you guys' name. I truly apologize. And for those of you who follow me a long time, you know that I'm a high school dropout. Like, if you read the things that I type, I can certainly hire someone to type all the stuff for me, so that way you guys don't see the mistakes. But I want you to see the mistakes. I want you to see my grammars. I want you to understand that I am who I am. I'm a high school dropout. Reading and writing is not my expertise. I just know how to make money. And I want you to see that, because I want you to understand that, dude, if this cat can do it, there's no reason why you can't. English is my second language. You guys probably, hear the accent. So if I can do it, so can you. All I really got is like the determination and the freaking commitment. I was just committed and determined. And I'm just willing to do whatever it takes. A lot of you only talk about what you want, but you're not willing to do what it takes to get there. Like, most people only do what's fun and easy and what is convenience. If it's convenience for me, if I like, I'll do it. If not, I'm not going to do it. And that's why you're not where you want it to be. Because every successful people that I know, they do things on the day that they don't want to do it. If they need to go to the gym to pump iron, to lose weight, to get fit, because that's their goal, they'll do it. They'll do it on a weekend. They'll do it on Saturday. They'll do it on Sunday. They'll do it in the rain. They don't care if it's snow. They don't care if it's freaking a tornado outside, dude. They'll find a way to get there and get it done. That's the mentality that you need to have if you want to succeed. Because it's not easy, my friend. Nothing worth having comes easy. Everything that I got today, I freaking had to fight for it. Blood, sweat, and tears. And when I say that, I mean it, literally. I remember when I first started out fixing and flipping houses, and I couldn't even put a door handle together. But the day the inspector came out, I called my contractor to go out there and make sure everything is, good. He didn't pick up the phone. So I went out there and I saw something that was not done right and it needs to be put in. I crawl up into the attic and there was a nail dude, it scraped and I was bleeding. It scrapes my arm. I was bleeding. I didn't even care. Lick that shit up, get that shit done, crawl down, and got the inspection done. I just knew that if I let that stop me, what else? What else am I gonna let stopping me? You see, my whole thing is in life, you either making excuses or you're making money. But the people that is making money, you will never hear them make excuses. They always own up to their shit. If things go good, it's them. If things goes bad, they know it's them. So that's why there's two types of people that I hate. One, lazy people. You cannot help them. They're hopeless. Two is excuse maker. They're always saying, I can't do this, I can't do that. instead of saying, how can I? How can I figure this out? If she can do it, why can I? So how much does it cost to join the academy? So anyways, I think the best is go ahead and just book a call with my team, man. Coachwithkhang.com. Just book a call with my team because we want to make sure that we figure out where you're at financially, right? Because we have all the program that actually fits within your budget. And then they'll be able to share with you what's included. So you know at least what you're getting. And are you a good fit for my community? Because I want to work with me and my team. We want to work with people who are driven, who are ambitious, who have the work ethic, and who just understand that, hey, you know what, man? Nothing work if I don't. So I also, so my team, we audit people before we bring them onto the academy. I just don't want to deal with quitter. Like, I just don't want to work with quitters. But I can tell you, it's a 5 months commitment. Dude, I expect you to freaking grind, show up to class, do what you're supposed to do. So, dude, within those 5 months, we're going to make you work extremely freaking hard, like you have never worked before. But if you do everything we told you to do, because we'll provide you with the support, the guidance, the training, the tools, 24/7 support. My team, man, like, we want to see you win and succeed as much as you do. But we can't help you if you're not willing to do the work. So if you're willing to do all of that, dude, you make way more money than you ever would before. You walk away with the skills, the knowledge that you can go out there and you become like a money printing machine. Because once you know how to make $25K wholesaling one house, you have the formula, the blueprint, but you can do it 1,000 plus more times. So a lot of you want to put a price on this. I don't even know how you can even put a price on this knowledge, and your kids, your patient. So I don't see how you can put a price on something like that. So to me, getting the knowledge that you need to succeed is extremely important. Like, you need to do whatever it takes, whether it's studying YouTube, listening to podcasts. But listen, knowledge without execution is also worthless. A lot of you procrastinating and you haven't getting results because you're not taking action. Results come from action, not just study. Hector said, hey, Khang, the problem I have is over-analyzing deal to come up with a offer to the seller. What tips can you give me to analyze quick offer? Okay, easy. I think this is going to be the last questions, and I am going to call this a wrap. And once again, if you truly enjoy this and you're like, Khang, it add a lot of value, I love this, please just show my boy King Khang some love. Boom, smash the thumbs up. New to the family, then be sure to, boom, smash that subscribe button. So here is how I look at a deal. So here's how you look at a deal. So for those of you who don't know, MAO is maximum allow offer. Like, what's the max offer to the seller? So there is a wholesaling formula. The formula, man, is ARV, which is after repair value. What does the property worth after is fixed up in perfect condition? Then you automatically take 30% off of that. Why? Because that's how much a typical investor wants to make on their money. So commenting in the chat and making sure that you understand this. So let's just say the ARV is 100,000. I'm going to go slow. Minus 30%. So that means that it's at 70,000. So no matter what, you take 30% off of it. No matter what. Now you got to figure out what it costs to repair the property. So that's something you have to figure out. How much does it cost to fix this property up? Let's just say that it costs 10K to fix the property up. So now you know you're at 60,000. Well, how much do you want to make? So 60,000 is what the investor will buy this house for. So anything that you get under 60,000, my friend, is yours to keep. So if you want to make 10,000, then you offer the seller 50K. Make sense? That's it. But now here is the tricky part. The tricky part here is the 30% discount. This will make you either a lot of money or very little money. So in a certain market, so let's just say you're in California or Seattle where things are just hot. There's a ton of buyer, they're willing to buy, right? So when you don't need to go with the 30% formula, maybe it's only 20%, which means if it's 20%, you can offer the seller more. So instead of 70,000, it's 80,000. Make sense? So which means in a hotter market, the investor, they don't need a 30% discount. They're happy with making 20% on their money. Sometimes even 15%, depending on how hot the market is. But the rule of thumbs is majority of the states, you go with 30% off, especially in today's market where things are a little bit slower than normal. Make sense? So right here is you need to understand your market and you need to understand your buyer. That's why you need to go out there and start network. You need to understand your market and you need to understand your buyer. What are they buying it at? Because market can be different. Make sense? Hector, you follow? This is all for that's all for you, bro. Anyways, you guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for jumping on the live. Once again, I truly hope that this video was able to add a lot of value to you, and hopefully it will give you a clear path of what you need to do starting from here. All right? So until next time, take care, and let's go get this money.